Sister, I know you're tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, the kind that lives behind your eyes when you smile and nobody notices. It's something inside you has been quietly breaking for a very long time. This song is for you. You've been holding up the weight of worlds with hands that no one ever helped to hold. You've been whispering your prayers in empty rooms and wondering if heaven hears at all. You've been strong for everyone around you, love, but who has ever been strong for your soul? I see the way you tremble when you think no one is watching. I see the words you swallow down when you just need someone to hear. You don't have to pretend tonight. You don't have to be alright. Sister, I know you're tired, tired of fighting what you cannot change. Sister, I know you're broken, but broken things still burn with holy flame. You are not forgotten in the silence of your pain. Every single tear you've cried has been kept by grace. Sister, I know you're tired, but you are not alone. You've been praying for a sign that someone sees the weight behind the worship on your face. You've been carrying a grief without a name and laying it down at an altar every day. There is no shame in falling to your knees. There is no shame in needing to be held. I see the way you tremble when you think no one is watching. I see the words you swallow down when you just need someone to hear. You don't have to pretend tonight. You don't have to be alright. Sister, I know you're tired, tired of fighting what you cannot change. Sister, I know you're broken, but broken things still burn with holy flame. You are not forgotten in the silence of your pain. Every single tear you've cried has been kept by grace. Sister, I know you're tired, but you're not alone. There is a river underneath the desert ground. There is a light inside the storm that can't be drowned. There is a voice that calls you worthy, calls you whole, calls you by name into the morning, calls you home. Sister, I know you're tired, tired of fighting what you cannot change. Sister, I know you're broken, but broken things still burn with holy flame. You are not forgotten in the silence of your pain. Every single tear you've cried has been kept by grace. Sister, I know you're tired, but you're not You built the wall so carefully, with bricks of disappointment and of shame. You learned that needing someone cost too much, and so you learned to live without the warmth. There's a fortress where your heart once used to be, and you've forgotten now what it was for. But love was not meant to be survived alone. But love was not meant to be survived. When did you last let someone in, past the smile and past the strength, past the version that you show the world, to the tender place within? When did you last lay down the weight and say I'm not okay today? When did you last believe that you deserve to finally be found? When did you last let someone in? You sit inside the room with everyone, and you never felt more like you're on your own. You master all the language of the light, while drowning in a darkness no one knows. There is a version of you crying for relief, but you were taught that crying was a sin. But love was not meant to be survived alone. But love was not meant to be survived. When did you last let someone in, past the smile and past the strength, past the version that you show the world, to the tender place within? When did you last lay down the weight and say I'm not okay today? When did you last believe that you deserve to finally be found? When did you last let someone in? I am here, I am not going anywhere. You don't have to have it together tonight. I am here, lay it all down, every fear, every wound, every lie you believed. I am here. When did you last past the smile and past the strength, past the version that you show the world, to the tender place within? When did you last lay down the weight and say I'm not okay today? When did you last believe that you deserve to finally be found? Let someone in tonight. You were made for this. Let someone in. just for one more sign that all this pain was leading somewhere good. The silence felt like absence, but the silence wasn't empty. Something holy held your name inside that room. Every word you cried out in the dark was written down in light. The prayers nobody heard, heaven did. The cries you couldn't speak, heaven did. When the words ran out and faith ran thin, and the night felt like it would never end. The prayers nobody heard, oh, heaven did. Heaven always did. You've been faithful through the seasons of the wait, through the unanswered questions and the ache. You kept your hands raised even when the weight was more than flesh and bone could hold alone. And there are answers written in the waiting. There are mercies hidden in the no. There are gifts inside the grief you haven't opened, and a harvest in the ground you couldn't grow. Every word you cried out in the dark was written down in light. The prayers nobody heard, heaven did. The cries you couldn't speak, heaven did. When the words ran out and faith ran thin, and the night felt like it would never end. The prayers nobody heard, oh, heaven did. Heaven always did. Nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Every seed sown in weeping will bloom at the cost of a season. You survived by the grace that held you there, and the God who writes your name in every single answered prayer. The prayers nobody heard, heaven did. Cries you couldn't speak, heaven did. When the words ran out and faith ran thin, and the night felt like it would never end. The prayers nobody heard, oh, heaven did. Hey, heaven always did. Every single one. Heaven heard you, sister. Every single one. I'm remembering. I used to wake up without counting the cost of breathing through another heavy day. I used to laugh without the echo of a shadow following me back to what I've lost. I don't remember when the colors started fading, or when the weight became my only world. I don't remember who I was before the season, but I'm starting to believe she's not gone. I can't feel the sun, but I know it's still rising. I can't see the shore, but I know there is land. I forgot what it feels like to be okay. I forgot what it feels like to not be afraid. Oh, I forgot what it feels like to rest and just breathe without the weight of everything on top of me. Oh, but I hold on and they don't know what that means. When your hands have nothing left to hold on to. They say have faith, and faith has never felt so far from where you're standing in the ruins of what was. But somewhere in the rubble there's a heartbeat. Somewhere in the nothing there's a name calling you back through the fog of your exhaustion, calling you into the light again. I can't feel the sun, but I know it's still rising. I can't see the shore, but I know there is a land. I forgot what it feels like to be okay. I forgot what it feels like to not be afraid. I forgot what it feels like to rest and just breathe without the weight of everything on top of me. But I believe I will feel again. I believe the morning's coming in. I forgot what it feels like to be okay, but I'm remembering I am still here. I am still standing. That alone is a miracle. I am still breathing. I am still fighting, and something in me hasn't given up. Something in me still believes in the morning. I forgot what it feels like to be okay. I forgot what it feels like to not be afraid. I forgot what it feels like to rest and just breathe without the weight of everything on top of me. But I believe I will feel again. I believe the morning's coming in. I forgot what it feels like to be okay, but I'm She thought the wound would be the end of everything. She wore the shame of it for far too many years. She built her life around the edges of the breaking, and called the borders of her pain her only home. But resurrection doesn't wait for perfect moments. It finds you in the places you've been hiding. It calls the dead things back to life by name, and turns your deepest scars into your testimony. What tried to bury you became the ground you grew from. What tried to silence you became your loudest sound. Every scar has a resurrection story. Every wound becomes the place where light gets in. Every night you thought would last forever was the night before the morning of your things that happened to you, they were not the sentence. You are more than every worst thing you have known. The story isn't over at the chapter of your breaking. The author is still writing and he's bringing you home. Every valley that you walked through left you stronger. Every sorrow shook the depth of who you are. You are not defined by what was done against you. You are defined by how the grace of God restored you. What tried to bury you became the ground you grew from. What tried to silence you became your loudest song. Every star has a resurrection story. Hey, every wound becomes the place where light gets in. Hey, every night you thought would last forever, was the night before the morning of your victory. Don't hide the places that have held you breaking. Those are the places God assigned His name. Every scar has a resurrection story, and yours is just beginning. This is not the end, this is the turning. This is where the grave gives up its claim. This is the moment when the broken thing becomes the beautiful. This is where you rise. This is where you rise. This is where you rise and rise and rise and rise. Every star has a resurrection story. Every wound becomes the place where light gets in. Every night you thought would last forever, was the night before the morning of your victory. Don't hide the places that have held you breaking. Those are the places God assigned His name. Every scar has a resurrection story, and yours is just beginning. You are rising, you are rising. Look at you. You're rising. The dark before the dawn is still the dark, and it doesn't matter that the sunrise is on its way. When the midnight is the only thing you know, the promise of the morning sounds too far. But there is something sacred in the waiting. There is something holy in the night yet. There is a presence in the silence of the in-between that holds you closer than you know. Don't let go, don't let go. The morning is not finished being born. Hold on through the holy dark. Hold on when the light is hard to find. Hold on through the ache of not yet knowing. Hold on, the dawn is right behind. There is grace wandering, but the promised land is still beyond the hill. And I know the map is long since lost its edges, and I know the certainty is worn down thin, but the God who led you into this is leading you through it, and He has never let a single promise go unfulfilled. Don't let go, don't let go. The morning is not finished being born. Hold on through the holy dark. Hold on when the light is hard to find. Hold on through the ache of not yet knowing. Hold on, the dawn is right behind. There is grace inside the waiting. There is mercy in the night. Hold on through the holy dark and watch the morning rise. Hold on, even when my hands are shaking, I will hold on. Even when the ground gives way, I will hold on to the God who keeps His promise. I will hold on. I will hold on until the break of day. Hold on through the holy dark. Hold on when the light is hard to find. Hold on through the ache of not yet knowing. Hold on, the dawn is right behind. There is grace inside the waiting. There is mercy in the night. Hold on through the holy dark and watch the morning rise. Look, it's rising. Look, it's rising. Hold on, sister, it's rising. It's rising. I used to think the miracle was somewhere at the end, somewhere past the season of the loss. I used to think that God would show Himself in thunder and not inside the silence of the cross. But I've been learning in the slow and quiet places that transformation isn't always loud, that sometimes what looks like nothing is the everything, and sometimes the answer is the cloud. What if the work was always happening in the places I thought nothing grew? What if the waiting was the miracle? What if the in-between was where I changed? What if the unanswered prayer was the answer, and the detour was the holiest of ways? What if the silence wasn't emptiness, but a sacred patient formation of my soul? What if the waiting was the miracle and I almost missed it, rushing to get home? I have prayed the same prayer 700 times, and every time the echo was the same. But in the space between the asking and the answer, I have somehow become a different name. I am softer in the places I was harder. I am deeper in the places I was shallow. I have found a kind of faith that doesn't need the proof, just the presence of the one who holds tomorrow. What if the work was always happening in the places I thought nothing grew? What if the waiting was the miracle? What if the in-between was where I changed? What if the unanswered prayer was the The waiting was a miracle. The in-between was where I changed. Every unanswered prayer was the answer, and the detour was the holiest of ways. The silence was an emptiness. It was sacred, patient, forming of my soul. The waiting was the miracle, and I'm so glad I didn't miss it. I'm still here, and that is everything. That is the miracle. I'm still here. Yeah. For years I wore the labels that the hurt placed on me. I answered to the names the wounds called out. I built a self from rubble of what others left behind, and thought the wreckage was what I was about. I was the one who always got left. I was the one nobody chose to stay for. I was the one who tried too hard and wasn't never enough, until I heard a different voice call out my name, and everything I thought I was began to come undone. I'm not who the pain said I was. I'm not who the lie has been rehearsing. I'm not the wound, I'm not the worst day. I'm not the sum of every time they said I wasn't worth it. I am named by something older than my story. I am held by love that never keeps a score. I'm not who the pain said I was. I am something more. It takes a long time to unlearn a voice that's spoken long enough to feel like truth. It takes the kind of grace that keeps on coming to replace the roots of shame with something new. But I have heard my name in the midnight, spoken soft and sure by the one who made me. And every label that the hurt had ever given fell silent at the sound of who he said I'd be. And everything I thought I was began to come undone. I'm not who the pain said I was. I'm not who the lie has been rehearsing. I'm not the wound, I'm not the worst day. I'm not the sum of every time they said I wasn't worth it. I am named by something older than my story. I am held by love that never keeps a score. I'm not who the pain said I was. I am something more. My name is not forgotten. My name is not too much. Oh, my name is not abandoned. My name is not enough. My name is chosen. My name is seen. My name is held. My name is free. My name is called by love himself, and love does not lie. I'm not who the pain said I was. I'm not who the lie has been rehearsing. I'm not the wound, I'm not the worst day. I'm not the sum of every time they said I wasn't worth it. I am named by something older than my story. I am held by love that Yeah. They told me I should smile through the sorrow. They told me faith means that you won't cry. They handed me a theology of happy and sent me back to mourning the divide. But Jesus wept beside the grave of Lazarus, and David cried until the pages soaked. And somewhere in the holy book of lament, God made a room for everything we feel. Your tears are not a sign that you've lost faith. Your tears of faith that dares to be that real. Grief is not the opposite of faith. Faith is not the absence of the ache. You can hold the holy and the heartbreak in the same trembling hands and be okay. God is big enough to hold the questions. God is near enough to hear the cry. The opposite of faith, it's faith that isn't afraid to feel. I have knelt in sanctuaries weeping, while the songs of victory fill the room. I have felt the sting of well-intentioned comfort from the ones who never sat inside of my tomb. But the Psalms were never only hallelujah. They were also, where is God and how much longer? They were also, I am broken and I'm sinking. And the real faith held them both together. Your tears are not a sign that you've lost faith. Your tears of faith that dares to be that real. Grief is not the opposite of faith. Faith is not the absence of the ache. You can hold the holy and the heartbreak in the same trembling hands and be okay. God is big enough to hold the questions. God is near enough to hear the cry. Grief is not the opposite of faith. It's faith that isn't afraid to feel. I'm bringing my grief tonight, not in spite of my faith, but because of it. I trust you enough to cry in front of you. I trust you enough to say I don't understand. And you are not offended by my questions. You are not afraid of what I feel. Take my grief, and hold it like you hold the whole wide world. Grief is not the opposite of faith. Faith is not the absence of the ache. You can hold the holy and the heartbreak in the same trembling hands and be okay. God is big enough to hold the questions. God is near enough to hear the cry. Grief is not the opposite of faith. It is faith. It is the truest faith. Grieve, beloved. Grieve and still believe. You can do both. You were made to do both. Oh, yeah. She was sitting in the silence of a house too full of empty. and the prayers had all run out of what to say. She had given every version of herself that she could offer, and the morning felt 1,000 miles away. She had written all the reasons she should go on and crossed them out one by one until the page was clean. And she whispered, God, if you are real, then let me feel it, because I'm fading and I'm fighting not to leave. And something shifted in the room, something broke the air, something like a hand against a shoulder, something like an answer to a prayer she didn't know she prayed. She almost gave up the night before the miracle. She almost stopped believing one song before the breakthrough. She almost walked away before the morning found her name. But something holy held her, and something holy held her, and nothing was ever the same. She almost gave up, but she didn't. The morning came the way it always does, without announcing, like grace arriving quiet in the grave. And something in the light looked different from the darkness, and something in her body whispered, stay. She doesn't always know what held her in that moment. She doesn't have a language for the love that wouldn't let her go. But she is standing here today, a living testimony of a God who shows up when there's nowhere left to go. And something shifted in the room, something broke the air, something like a hand against her shoulder, something like an answer to a prayer she didn't know she prayed. She almost gave up the night before the miracle. She almost stopped believing one song before the breakthrough. She almost walked away before the morning found her name. But something holy held her, and something holy held her, and nothing was ever the same. She almost gave up, but she didn't. If you are in that night right now, if you are sitting where she sat, if the morning feels impossible and you don't know how to hold on past this moment, hold on, hold on one more moment, hold on one more breath. The miracle is forming in the dark, the morning has your name. Hold on, don't give up the night before the miracle. Don't stop believing one song before the breakthrough. Don't walk away before the morning finds your name. Something holy is holding you, something holy is holding you, and nothing will ever be the same. Don't give up, don't give up. You are still here. That means something. Stay. Stay. tired women rise. She has walked through every story on this album. She has sat inside the darkness of each page. She has recognized herself in every sister. She has called these songs home at every stage. She was tired in the opening. She was broken in the middle. But somewhere in the listening, something cracked wide open, and the light that she'd forgotten found its way. And this is where it ends, but this is not the ending. This is where the weary woman finally gets to rise. Tired women rise, rise with the grace that held them through the fire. Tired women rise with scars that shine like golden eyes that know the cost. Tired women rise, not because the pain is finished or forgotten, but because the God who calls them knows their name. Tired women rise, tired women rise. For every sister who has ever held this album in the midnight when she needed to be found. For every woman who has heard her story sung back and felt for the first time that she wasn't alone. This is for the ones who almost didn't make it. This is for the ones who made it anyway. This is for the ones still in the middle of the waiting. Rise, beloved, rise, it is your day, and this is where it ends. But this is not the ending. This is where the weary woman finally gets to rise. Tired women rise, rise with the grace that held them through the fire. Tired women rise with scars that shine like golden eyes that know the cost. Tired women rise, not because the pain is finished or forgotten, but because the God who calls them knows their name. Tired women rise, tired women rise. We rise, we rise. Every broken woman rise. We rise, we rise. Every overlooked woman rise. We rise. Every woman who was told she wasn't enough. Rise. Every woman who gave everything and got back nothing. Every woman who survived what should have ended her. We rise, together. Tired women rise, rise with the grace that held them through the fire. Tired women rise with scars that shine like golden eyes that know the cost. Tired women rise, not because the pain is finished or forgotten, but because the God who calls them knows their name. Tired women rise, tired women rise. Sister, you made it through this album. You made it through this season. You made it through the thing you thought would end you. You are still here, and you are rising. We see you. God sees you.